Hi everyone, this is Phoenix Rising and thank you for joining us. Today's show is called Encore
Doesn't work.
and it's Lindsey, Reeve and Klyph Black and the Encore because you've been here before.
That's why it's
So
out.
That's
welcome back. I'm so
Now
glad
it's
to
all
have
making
you.
sense.
Now it makes some kind of sense. And today's show, like just about every other show, just be prepared because for 18 years we have never rehearsed. We do not have scripts.
Now that ruins the spontaneity.
Everything is spontaneity and transparent, and we wing it all, which is really amazing that we haven't gotten into more mischief than we have in the past.
But the day is young.
The day is very young.
Day is young,
There's
that's
always,
true.
in the blink of an eye, we can make your day very exciting for you.
Well, we
So-
can try at least.
Well, we're going to give it our best shot. No, you never try. You take try out of your vocabulary, and we do it,
Right. I like that.
okay?
Yeah.
That's-
That's
it's
good
Try
with
is like
me.
really a setup.
Yeah.
So here's how I was taught about try. When I said, well, I'll try to do that, and someone said, no, when you say try, you're giving yourself an out. So say you know someone, and,
All right,
and you don't want to really hang out with them, and they say,
When you
"Oh,
don't really want to go to that party.
right.
Yeah, I'll
You
try.
say, I'll try. Instead of saying, no, no, thank you. Or
Right.
just no,
Right.
Yeah.
without saying the I'm sorry. You don't have to be insulting. You could say no.
Now
I
that you
can't,
pointed
rather
that
than
out,
I won't.
Now that you pointed that out, I realize how many times in the past I've said, I'll try.
I say, I'll try.
Yeah.
Can you come over?
Yeah.
Well, I'll
Ah,
try.
I'll try.
No, I'd rather stay home in my pajamas
Now
with
that's
my
the same as
cats,
sitting
you
with my
know.
dogs watching Spenguli. Yeah.
Spenguli. Yeah, I know you love Spenguli.
We got them all taped. Anyway, Diane tapes it
That's
for me in
funny.
case I'm playing somewhere.
So,
Ralph and his-
so a lot of music has happened since we were together last time. What are
Yeah.
you up to?
Yeah.
I see you on Facebook and you're this and you're that and your great adventures.
It's everywhere.
So
Well,
fill us
we-
in as to
well,
what's
the-
happening.
The Englishtown Project is booking a lot of shows this year. And
What are the dates on that?
God, I'd have to even look it up. But the next one that I know about is April 22nd at the Landmark Theater in Port Washington, Long Island.
Okay.
That's gonna be a fun show.
All right. And if people
And-
want to see further dates, how do they find them? You on
Well,
Facebook or what?
they can look up me on Facebook, and I'll be posting all the shows, and also the Englishtown Project is in there, you know, and there's another offshoot of the Englishtown Project called Fowls and Friends, and
Foul as Foul or
Falz.
Fowls. Okay.
Right, that's Michael Falzerano
Oh,
Okay.
from
Right,
Hot
right,
Tuna,
right,
Yes.
and
right,
from the New Riders, and it's,
Okay.
Thousands
kind of an
And a
offshoot
couple
of
of-
that band. He plays in the Englishtown Project too, and but we're focused more on the country side of things, doing more of the New Rider stuff than the Grateful Dead thing.
Okay.
It's just really cool, and the band's really good. We're
Nice.
open to doing original material, and
Okay.
kind of can become can get some more legs other than being a tribute band to something or something like
Right.
that. And also, I have a CD coming out with Joe Dalia.
All right.
That's coming out on,
Nice.
well, we're doing a CD release party on May 18th at the Stephen Talk House.
Okay.
And,
And Lindsey and I and our crew are invited, I'm sure.
oh, yeah.
Notice I
no
put him on the
doubt.
spot.
Oh, without a doubt.
No doubt.
You know, anything.
We'll go in your rat rod.
Oh, that's a long ways in that car. That's a good local machine.
You
Yeah.
know, and every Monday, I've been doing this open mic at Talk
Right.
in
Out in Montauk.
Montauk, and that's become a really good thing. There's a core band of me, Joe Dalia, James Bernard, and Greg McMullen, and that's like the core of the thing. And then
Yeah.
we invite people to come in. You know, like if you ever want to make the ride to Montauk,
Sure.
you know.
Well, Chris Brushy was just talking to you and me about something he's cooking up over at the Fish too, of a regular. I think is that a Thursday night thing?
I think it might
Like a
be
Thursday
I
night
got
open mic jam sort of thing. He said.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So there's
and-
there's a
Yeah,
there's
it's
a lot
been-
of opportunities for people to either come and listen
Yeah.
to live music or just come in and be part of it.
And,
too.
and feed your soul. Isn't it
Yeah.
wonderful, the best thing in the world, to do what you love doing to make a living?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the
Yeah.
best.
It's been
you know?
blessed. It's a blessing. It really is a
It's
blessing.
just amazing.
You know.
Yeah. And Lindsey, what's happening in your world?
I was just thinking about
Booker
doing
of
what I'd
great
love to
music.
do.
We were just talking about the cormorant and the muskrat, and that's a very
Oh,
sad
it's a
story, so
stirring
we don't
story.
want
Yeah,
to
we
do
gotta
that
move on
again.
from that story.
Yeah.
I've just been doing, I do a lot of, music-wise, it's just getting cranked up. You know, the season's just
Yeah.
getting cranked
And the
up.
Lindsey Reeve band.
Lindsey Reeve Band, yeah, we just had our first gig of the season at Kenny's on the
yeah?
Green. However,
It was
half
very
of the Lindsey
interesting
Reeve
'cause
band
it
was in the
wasn't- it was
Florida
Lindsey
Keys,
Reeve.
so I got Billy Buell and Brian, the pedal steel player, Brian Moritz.
He's
Oh,
awesome.
I know Brian.
Sick.
He is
It was
awesome.
sick. We had so much fun. Yeah, and Bob Barta from the Vail Levitt Music Hall, he sat in on he brought this little bitty acoustic bass that plugged in, and he played bass, and it was so far from perfection. It was awesome.
It was, it really was. I was there, it was
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah, perfection.
That's
if you want
good.
perfection, go see the Eagles.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I did actually because of Lindsey here. It's like, Lindsey called me up and he said, hey, listen, this guy, I forgot the guy's name.
Jay Shepard.
Jay Shepard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay had to.
He
Back
had
out of
to
a
do
gig.
something, he
Yep.
couldn't do it, and Lindsey said, can you do the gig? And I said, yeah, I'll go do the gig.
Yeah, it turned out good.
And we have booked, he already has me booked doing some solo gigs like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you'll be-
haven't really done a solo gig in a long time.
And you had
Oh,
a
but you
great
nailed it.
time. I
You
couldn't
nailed
be
it.
there.
You
Of
so
all nights, I
nailed it.
couldn't
Yeah.
be there.
But it was really a lot of fun, you know what I mean? And mostly more fun because you came down
It was-
and,
it was just a
you
blast.
sat
Yeah, we
in.
had such a good time.
And I mean, I think maybe to pat myself on the back a little bit here was, Lindsey, his sciatica started acting up and he said, I'm gonna do one more song.
I was
And I said, okay, we'll do one more song. And then one more song, people
Yeah.
raved and it was great. I said,
Yeah.
you're gonna go? He goes, nah, I'll do another song.
And his wife went home without him. Then she said, you know what, he's here.
Yeah,
He's here
I
till
had to
whenever.
ride home.
We figured you would get home. You'd either swim across the river or you'd do something to get home.
But the magic happened. It was
Yeah.
Oh, it
really,
was awesome.
it was
What a
really a lot of fun.
Fun night that was. Yeah.
You know, when
It's the
you
silliest
just
thing.
start being in that moment and let everything else fall away, that's no matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in the moment and doing what you love, there's nothing better than that.
And I
That's true.
personally really don't care for when things seem over-rehearsed. Spontaneity is, like, again, and with him, that same time was just spontaneous. And this past Saturday night at Kenny's on the Green was spontaneous,
Completely.
the way it all felt together.
When
And
anyone
everybody-
came by our
everybody else was
table, that they said something about that. They said they've never played together
Yeah,
before. And it was like,
yeah.
oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
We all knew each other and have sat in with I'll be someplace.
With
I
all
always,
their
I always
bands,
have my harps with me, so
right.
if I go to see
But that
somebody,
wasn't the
and they
band.
go, oh, come on up and play. And so I sat in with them, and they've sat in with this guy, and they sat in with that guy. Nobody ever played as a band. It was the first time ever. It was a blast.
I love that.
Yeah, I love not
I
knowing
did,
what we're gonna do.
Last November, I did. A buddy of mine had passed away. That my friend Doug, and Doug was like my best friend, and he was the greatest guy. He lived in Zigzag, Oregon.
Oh, wow. I love the name.
And-
Is that where the paper comes from?
No,
No?
I the paper I think comes from Westbury.
The paper comes from Westbury.
But he lived in Zigzag. He lived in Zigzag,
I don't know whether it's funny, but it
Oregon,
is.
and he was the greatest guy, man. He was just there was nobody like that guy, man.
Yeah.
It was, and so years ago, like in 2010, I think it was. We used to come to Oregon all the time because the Zen Tricksters would play there, and we had like
Right.
the whole. And then at that point in time, the Zen Tricksters started splintering off different things, whatever. But I would still go out there and see my friends and stuff to go out there. So Doug one day asked me, he said, "Can we do a gig?" And I go, well, "Who's going to do the gig?" And he goes, "Well, I'm going to play drums, and
You're gonna
Bob
play guitar."
Pamplin's also going to play drums."
So you got two.
Okay,
So
This is like a
so far,
Grateful
two
Dead.
drummers
Two
and a
sets-
guitar player.
This
Two
is like
drummers and
Grateful
me.
Dead, two sets of drummers.
He goes, "And I'm going to get Mel and Jim on guitars." I said, "Okay." And guitar and bass. I said, "Okay." So I was playing guitar in
Right.
this. And then this other guy, Russ. And so the band ended up being this band.
Yeah.
And we put it together and we played at this place, the Skyway, in Zigzag, Oregon, on that in 2010.
And probably everybody thought you'd
And-
play together for 20 years.
when he passed away 2 years ago, I spoke to Mel and Jim and Bob, and really unfortunately, Russ also passed away.
Oh,
So the
geez.
two guys, and we decided to do a gig, like a memorial for him, at the
Beautiful.
Skyway.
All right.
And everybody, those guys, Mel and Jim live in Colorado.
Okay.
I live in New York.
Mm.
Bob was the only kind of local guy. He lived in Corvallis, I think, somewhere around Eugene, Oregon, somewhere around
Yeah.
in that area. And everybody said, "You want to do this gig?" And I called up the Skyway, and they were totally down for it. They thought it was
That's
the greatest.
beautiful.
They thought it was
That's
the greatest thing.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And my friend Renee, who was also Doug's friend, she was really close with Doug too. She set up this whole thing that had pictures of Doug and all his
What a great
stuff.
memorial.
It was killer, and all his friends came. That
And he
remembered
was there
him.
in spirit too, I bet, yeah.
Without a doubt. You know, that's why I said, he's smiling on us right now.
Yeah.
I know it, you know.
See, no
But it
matter
was-
what show I do, it turns into the spirit world.
Well,
Yeah,
and that
it
band,
does.
that band hadn't played
Was that
in 20
original
years.
show videotape that you could ever see?
There's
it again?
only one song
Oh.
that I know of. I think there's more. I have a feeling that Mel's sister has it on video. Somebody videotaped that
See
first
if you
one.
could find it and
Oh,
make
that'd be
copies
cool.
of it.
No, I'd love to, man. I just know of one.
Yeah.
There's one on YouTube that,
Right.
that, you know, it's like,
That'd be cool to see.
but that was really, you know, that was a special thing. And like
Yeah.
you said, that band, not rehearsed. You know, we all kind of banged out the songs and said, you know, these are songs. We got together for one day, like for a couple hours, just to, hey, let's play those songs. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
and,
Just to
We
refresh.
had a great time.
Memories every day.
oh yeah, man, it was great. We did a 3-day tour. We played Zigzag, Maupin, and Eugene.
So see, you get music and a history lesson too.
Wow. I've heard of a 3-hour tour, but 3
That
days.
was a lot of fun,
Yeah.
man.
So what do you want to start with today? I know you and Lindsey have not rehearsed.
Nope.
No.
I don't even know if you spoke to each other about this.
Well, we
No,
talked
no,
about
no,
other
we were
stuff,
thinking about-
but
that's
not,
right.
not
Yeah.
music.
Not music.
I'm gonna do. Hopefully, I can get through it too. But place where I belong. So I'll just start.
Yeah, you
noodling
start in
around
and I'll,
you just,
I'll jump in when I figure it out.
Well, I belong this old road so long I can't remember just where I'm going. I don't know if I'm coming back or leaving home. One of these days gonna be a sign, a billboard or a song. This old road's gonna take me back to the place where I belong. I ain't been too good at staying put, so I've always been on the road. And anywhere my bags will be, I felt right home. One of these days, and I don't know when, but I hope it won't be long. This old road's gonna take me back to the place where I belong. I belong in the sunshine when it's raining, and no one said it'd be easy, but I ain't complaining. Come on, man.
your audience of one that you could see.
That's,
That was nice.
wasn't a
That
standing
was
ovation,
nice.
but we'll take it.
Hey,
Now I have to stand up and do the whole thing for you. Very demanding guests
Oh, yeah,
today.
you were tough.
So, Linz, did you ever play that song with him before?
No, I never heard it before.
All right. So,
That was a nice song.
we didn't get to do it that night.
No,
We should
no.
have done it then.
No, we've never done that one.
We had to get rowdy though.
We'll do it next time.
you want to
It was
get
a
rowdy
crowd-
now?
It was a
crowdy rowdy?
It was a crowded, you know, the bar room was crowded, so like it's tough to do
Wait,
songs
was
like
that the
finger
night that-
picking stuff that, you know.
That was
The first-
very busy
Was that
then.
the first night that Jamesport Parade
Yes.
got canceled?
Yes,
and all the
that's
parade
why.
people were there?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's a great, yeah. I think that was the first night that Jamesport Fire Department, Jamesport didn't have their, wasn't able to have their St. Patrick's Day Parade because it got rained out.
So
It
everybody
was
came
raining
up to
that day, right?
Kenny's.
Yeah.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, I think a
Well,
large
I'm
part.
sure it was Kenny's and Diggers and a few other places, but
Well,
Kenny's
we
got
had
a
we had
lot.
the Grand Marshal and the Assistant Grand Marshal.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yes.
It was fun. That was a really fun.
Oh, you'll be at Kenny's some more. You'll be at Jamesport Farm Brewery pretty soon. And,
Yeah, on the 30th of April.
yeah.
I'll be at the brewery.
And do I have you at Stonewall's too? If
No,
not, that's a
I don't
shame.
think I have Stonewalls. I have another one at Kenny's,
Okay.
When
yeah.
is that? Do you know when that's coming up?
May 3rd. I want to say
in my
May
phone, but
3rd.
I
I
shut
want
it
to say
off.
May 13th.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's. I think
Well, you-
that's
We'll have
correct.
it posted. If you look
Yeah.
at Kenny's on the Green on Facebook, they post the week of, I think they do it on Sunday or Monday, what's coming up for music
the
week
and
of the show.
menus.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
music and menus they'll put on there.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
menu
cool.
too. And the food's.
Yeah. And they are doing,
If you don't go for the music, go for the food.
yeah, the food is
The
awesome.
food is very good.
Hey, food
And our
is killer.
favorite waitresses, Ann and Mary, and Sarah, can't forget
And
her,
Sarah, yeah. But who's the favorite of all?
Miss Ann.
Well, yes, but Claudia.
Oh, well, she's one of the owners, so
Yeah.
it should be Kenny and
Yeah.
Claudia's on the Green. She's
Yeah.
amazing.
She's.
I don't know if
yeah.
I met her. Did I meet
She's
her?
I
usually
told
behind
Kenny-
the bar.
I told Kenny if they ever break up, I'm out of there.
We want possession of Claudia.
Yeah, we want
We want possession of
Yeah.
Claudia.
We're
And
gonna
when
go
he
for
sees
rights.
this show, he's gonna ban us all from the
Yeah,
restaurant.
hey.
No, Kenny's a good guy.
He is.
He and I have
He
been
really is a
friends for
good guy.
years, and he's not only a great electrician, he's just a good guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's trying really hard to make a good business, good growing concern.
It's a
out of
nice
the
place. I mean,
Yeah, it's
It
great.
is.
You can't
Kenny's
beat
is-
the scenery from there.
No,
During,
it's-
when the weather warms up, we play out on the deck facing the river in Peconic Bay. I mean,
It's just
just-
heavenly.
It's
really heavenly.
idyllic, yeah. And then I booked the music for there, and I booked the music for Stonewall's also. And Stonewall's, I got to get you in Stonewall's. If I ever get a cancellation in Stonewall's,
Hey, call me.
I'll call you right away.
Yeah.
Because you'd love it there. You'd love it there. And that's another great, I tend to book myself and my friends at places where the food is really good.
Well, that's a good food.
And then you get your favorite dishes at Kenny's. Were you sitting? You couldn't be sitting at the table when dinner came Saturday night.
No.
So Diane gets the beet salad, which is
Right.
awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's delicious.
And my favorite, because I was starving Saturday, is fettuccine with shrimp
Oh,
and
the shrimp.
spinach.
Oh, good
How
Lord.
bad could it be?
And
look at
it is so
I can
good.
Smell the garlic
But
now.
Cliff, it is so huge
Oh, yeah, it's
that
three meals.
it's at least 3, possibly 4 meals
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
I know. I got
You
the.
can't make
I,
a dent in
yeah.
it.
I got when I ate at Kenny's. I mean, that was like St. Patty's Day.
It was right around there, yeah.
Yeah.
It was I either played. I think I played on the 18th. But the
Yeah.
St. Patty's
Yeah, yeah,
Day
that's right.
was the Friday.
Yeah.
Was the Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I just got a corned beef Reuben.
Yeah.
But it was.
Piled
It was
high.
ridiculous. It was 2 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
It took me 2 days to eat
You know
it.
what's one of the best things they have there? I don't know where they get their pastrami, but good golly, it's amazing.
I
From
should get
Ben's
one of those
Kosher
for
Deli.
I should get one of those. I should get one of those for my mom and take her to.
And when you're at Stonewall's, go for the crab cakes.
Or if you're traveling through Baltimore, he'll tell you where to pick up his
Oh,
crab
yeah.
cakes.
If you ever get stuck at the Baltimore airport for a layover,
Right.
O'Bricky's Crab House, they have the best crab cakes.
Where is it?
Expensive as hell.
Where is
Oh, in Baltimore Airport.
In the
Yeah.
airport?
Yeah, yeah. If you ever laid over for some reason, you'll have a
Right.
two-way stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
What's
to
the name of the
O'Bricky's.
place?
O'Bricky's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brickies?
Yeah,
Yeah, and
it's,
they are expensive because I said, well, I'll get you a dinner and Diane a dinner. And
Yeah.
he said,
Nah,
no,
you
just
won't.
one. And then I saw the price. It was like, holy cow. But
Yeah,
the
what was it,
place
like $28 for a
for one.
18 or 28 or something for one crab
28
cake.
for one.
But I have to get 2 every time I'm there. I don't care because
Oh,
it's,
you like it.
You know what? You always you grow up going crabbing and making your own crab cakes, and you think you have the best crab cakes ever because that's the way you like it. They beat me.
Well, you know, when you find something that's famous like
Yeah.
that, you know. It's
Oh,
like
absolutely.
when we did that gig I was telling you about with Doug,
Yeah.
this is really funny, man. So the Skyway is a restaurant, you know, and all the food is killer. It's good, kind of like barbecue kind of stuff. you
Yeah.
know. The mac and cheese is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? So good. So we do the gig. We pack, you know, we had dinner, did the mac and cheese, we said goodbye to everybody. Oh, great gig. The next morning, we get a pack of goat up to Maupin, which is more north up in northern Oregon,
Yeah.
and get into the town, load out the car, fill up, you know, setting up the band, we're talking to the people in Maupin, you know, the owners, you know. Hey, thanks, you know. So where'd you come from? I say, oh, we were playing in Zigzag. Where are we playing? Skyway. Ah. The best mac and cheese ever. And we're like, yeah, you know this. And then my wife Kelly, she works in L.A. and I was in New York. We both flew up to Oregon to do this tour to do this memorial thing.
And have dinner.
And
Mac and
we had
cheese.
dinner. But then the next day, like she flew out the next day. She got on the plane and she sits down. This woman sits down next to her. And they start talking, and she goes, you know, what are you doing? So my sister lives in Portland. You know, what were you doing here? It was my husband's a musician. He was playing. Where was he playing? Zigzag at the Skyway. The best mac and cheese ever. It was like amazing.
Food is a great connector.
Right.
Food
It
and
is.
music
It
are
is.
great connectors.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
it's amazing. You wouldn't think, but
Yeah.
that's how far-reaching it
if you
is.
think about it, in our society today, it's 2 of the safest topics,
Yeah.
food and music.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You really can't talk about anything else because you
Yeah.
don't know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Right.
So always stick with food and music.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
That's true.
and handcrafted beer, as long as you don't have an alcohol issue.
Well, that's food. Right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
booked for James Whip Farm Brewery too, and we have music there every Saturday and Sunday, and talk about a great beer.
Yeah.
They've got a Barn Swallow brown
Oh,
ale.
look at his eyes light up.
Well, I know, I'm getting a little
Oh,
verklempt
don't
here.
cry, honey. Don't
yeah,
cry.
Barn Swallow brown ale, and it goes so good with the food concession guy does these Parmesan truffle fries.
Oh, really?
So this is
I don't
not
know
a
if I tried
music show.
it.
This is the food show. This is the Food Network.
Goes
I like
great,
food.
goes
Love
great
it.
with the brown ale.
Cooking it, so I love it.
So you have a song about food?
You know, I don't. I know songs about food, but you know.
Is it
but
safe to do
I
one?
don't know if they are. That's
right.
that's the thing. But I could, you know.
What else are you going to do
This
for
could be
us?
good.
And we'll just yell mac and cheese in the middle of it, right?
Mac and cheese.
Now you know he has to do a song about mac and cheese. He's going to have to write one.
Yeah, darn right. Lobster mac and cheese. How about lobster
Yeah.
mac and
Okay,
cheese?
well, since we're on the subject of talking about all kinds of things that happen in time and stuff like this, we'll do this one.
Is that what we're
This
just doing?
one's in C, I'm in C.
Okay.
He's in
You-
C. And I'm just floating around. So
Oh, but
that's
you'll
fine.
totally.
I'll know. I'll get it. Your
I think
faith
so.
in me, Klyph.
Huh?
Your faith in me.
I'll let you go around if you want. I'm in C.
Yeah, I'm an F.
That's right.
I don't know if you heard him. Klyph said he's in C. Lindsey said he's in heaven.
No, I'm an F.
Oh, you're in F? I'm in heaven.
I sat down to write a letter, took out my pen, started thinking about the good old days again.
Yeah.
What was that potion we were drinking back then?
Uh-huh.
Can't seem to remember. Was it paisley shirts or was it Nehru? Was it high top sneakers? alligator shoes. Was it cool jazz with low down Delta blues? I can't seem to remember. I can't seem to remember. It's like searching for a needle in the hay. I can't seem to remember what was so good about the good old days. Was it a long hot summer or a bitter cold winter? Did we ski down that mountain, raft down that river? Did we make good on that promise or never deliver? I can't seem to remember. Can't seem to remember. It's like searching for a needle in the hay. I can't seem to remember what was so good about the good old days. I can't seem to remember. It's just one dense foggy haze. I can't seem to remember what was so good about the good old days. Was our cup running over? Was it empty all the time? Was it a twisted lemon or a twisted lime? Was it easy street or a long hard climb? I can't seem to remember. Now soon these two are gonna be the good old days. You know, lots of gas and everything's going great. But in 20 years, you know, I think I'm gonna look back and say, I can't seem to remember. Yeah, I know I'll look back and say, what was so good about the good old days? What was so good about the good old days? I can't seem to remember.
That was great. Good song.
So we meet back here in 20 years.
And see if we can
Close to
remember.
100. I'll probably come in with a walker.
You gonna have the tennis balls on the front?
I
That's nice.
definitely, or
That's-
something.
That's considerate. You don't scratch
Yeah,
the floor.
I don't want to make squeaky noises. Either that or maybe a skateboard under it, you know, and just kind of zip along.
Yeah.
You know, or there are these two guys on Facebook, the Griffith brothers, that roller skate.
Oh,
And they're awesome. They are absolutely amazing. And I was thinking maybe when they come to New York, they'll teach me how to roller skate. I have one of them on each arm.
That's a great idea to learn how to roller skate now.
Yes.
At your age, it's
At my
awesome
age,
idea.
of course, I think it's fantastic. Wait till you see.
You
I'll
gotta
have to
stuff
have.
yourself like that little girl in the
Yes.
Charmin commercials.
Yes.
Oh, right.
I'd have to have shin pads, knee pads, thigh pads.
Oh,
I'd have to
yeah.
look like Bubble
like the
Woman.
Michelin
Yeah, and a
tire,
warn- and
like
a
the
warning
Michelin
sign,
tire
too.
guy.
And a
you know.
warning sign
Yeah.
on my
Runs
behind.
off the back of the fire trucks 500
You know, like
feet
the
back.
triangle, you know, with the blinking lights.
And that's the slow moving object.
I would hope to be slow moving, but you know what? On roller skates, I might be faster
It
moving
depends.
than I was planning on
It
being.
depends on the pitch of the
It was
road.
funny, remember that? Like back in the day in New York when the taxi strike happened and everybody was roller skating.
Roller skating,
Right.
rollerblading. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or roller,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
rollerblades.
yeah.
And a
became
couple
the
of
big
people
thing.
very creative on unicycles.
Yeah.
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 That was really wild. Like all
It
of
was.
a sudden it was
But
like
how communities come together over things
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah, that's the good stuff that happens when bad things happen.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You know, and to
Yeah.
focus on that. I went to a dinner the other night with a group of people, and one of my farewell going away dinners.
Oh, yeah,
And the
yeah,
waitress
yeah.
kept coming over. I'm changing my 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job. So the waitress at this restaurant came over and said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Around the corner." And the hostess, how far are you going? Around the corner.
Around the corner,
Not too
literally.
far. But there was a gentleman at our table, and he reminded me of, like, if, in case people are very young and not going to be familiar to them, Jerry Lewis.
I was hoping you were going to say Soupy Sales. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was Jerry Lewis, like a very sad
Why?
sack Jerry Lewis. And this man is planning a trip to France, which has to be exciting.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've been there, it's wonderful.
Mhm.
And all he could do is worry about the garbage strike in Paris,
Oh,
this
no.
going on, and the
No.
what ifs. And I said, why don't you just stay in the moment, pack your bag, and go have a
Just
good
go.
time? And he
Yeah.
said,
Just
I
go.
can't do that.
Oh, he's in his own prison.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
give me your damn ticket. I'll go do it for you.
Yeah, and I'll
That
tell
would-
you all about how great it was.
You know, and,
Right.
you know,
I'll
and
bring a
tell you what a
camera.
great time
Yeah.
you would have had.
Let me do you a favor and
So,
keep you,
you know,
from having
life
to do
is a
this.
journey. What do you want to do on this journey? You know, do you want to just sit and whine your way through and at the end say, oh, I wish I
wish
did, I
had done
could
this,
have, I
should've
should
done
have.
that. But what if
Or-
something happened?
Yes,
Now
and
you
what
can-
if?
Yeah.
Well, go find out and see if
Yeah.
something happens. You might like what happens.
Some people can't. Some people can't do that.
They make the choice.
What if isn't even,
They live in-
wouldn't even be a good boat name.
What
That
if?
would be a terrible.
Imagine heading
But
out of
we
the
all
inlet.
know people-
Imagine heading out of the inlet in a boat that said, what if? on
What
the
if?
back?
that if you had a really good sense of humor, yes. But
no,
there
I'm
are
not going
people
on
that
it.
sadly really live in the what ifs and
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
I should haves.
I
don't
know-
think the
I know
three
a
of
couple
us are guilty of that.
No.
I know I'm
No.
not.
No.
No,
No.
no, definitely not. So what else do you have in your pocket? Lindsay, don't even go
I
there.
got a slide. No.
You slide.
You do know me too well.
Yes, I do. Do you have a cowbell in there? I'm
I
sure
got-
you do.
Would you like a small one or a large one?
I don't want any. I want you to do this one. I don't know if anyone heard. I said
You were
well,
missing the
cowbell
cow.
for him.
You were missing cowbell, were you? Okay, I'll keep
There
it
you
handy.
go.
Okay, the big- this is the industrial cowbell. We'll leave that one in.
Do you have something he could do cowbells on so we could go back to Saturday Night Live back in the day? That was a hysterical one.
You want me to pull my
Well,
shirt
cowbell.
halfway down?
Yes, pull your shirt
No,
halfway
you
up.
don't.
This is the Saturday Night Live tribute
No,
band.
we're not doing the shirt thing. Diane will never forgive me.
We'll tell her,
Says-
honey, you
Dan
can't watch
says,
that show.
You're getting that gut like it's classic heart attack shape, and I tell her, what makes you think I'm going to outlive you anyway? You know, I wouldn't know what bills to pay until the late notices started coming in. Yeah, Diane's done all that all these years. I had the best wife
That's
ever.
Huh?
Best
She's
wife
awesome.
ever. Yeah.
She is
Married-
really
somehow
awesome.
somehow I
Have you ever
married
met
my
Diane?
best buddy.
I
Yeah,
bet,
you know,
right?
yeah.
You met her that
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right up
She
to here,
went
cute
home.
as hell. Yeah,
Right.
that's her.
They are
She went home.
the
She
most
said-
amazing. With her sister. Her sister was here then.
Right.
They
That's
are.
right.
They are the two of them in my heart. Helen and
Hey.
Diane in my heart.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Enough.
Enough. We get mushy now.
So what do you want to do, Klyph?
Ah,
Play a song, maybe?
Play a song. SAWNG.
A song.
Sure.
A song.
When you have your coffee.
Yeah, right at the coffee.
ah,
Uh-oh.
one.
He's
There's
going to
one.
be moving on this one.
B flat harp.
Let me see.
I'm an F.
Oh, you're an F. Oh, so you're okay. See, I'm used to people telling me what key they're in, so I know what key I'm going to be in.
All right.
Okay, so you're an F. No, not flat. No, I don't think I have any flats and sharps with me.
I can.
Just straight A through G is
I'll
all I
be
have.
able to move it up.
Okay,
Move
move it up to whatever you want to move.
let me see if I can move it up.
Let me just see if I have any flats and stuff. I
Oh,
don't think
okay.
so. I doubt it.
This is men at work.
No. No, I wouldn't actually. I wouldn't in this box.
No.
No.
So let me see.
I'm still packed from the other night, and that.
I just never sang it. I think we see something here.
Okay.
So this is an experiment.
We're doing an experiment
Another
today.
one. Another one off. Nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of high for me. Let me see.
Is it?
Oh, wait, what's this? I mean, we can.
The
No, wait a
magic-
minute. I
the
don't know if that
magic
would work.
capo?
If I was in, you have a B harp.
Yeah, I have a beat on it. Good. Perfect. We nailed it.
Voila.
Ooh. Yeah, I think it's cowbell in it.
Cowbellable. Happy man.
I can sleep in the morning. My baby's away all of the day. She stays with me all night long. My baby stays with me all night long. Stays with me all night long. She's crazy for me, crazy for me, and she stays with me all night long. Come on, man. My time is always the right time. That's what my friends always say. My baby, she quits her job on the weekends so she can see me sing the night away. But my baby stays with me all night long. Stays with me all night long. She's crazy for me, crazy for me, and she stays with me all night long. She's crazy for me, crazy for me, and she stays with me all night long.
Yeah. Is that on your CD?
That was the second single that was released last June, I think it was. We were trying to get the record out. Joe and I were going to try to get the record done
Right.
by then, but it didn't happen. And we still wanted people to be aware of it, so we kind of did like a celebration of the fact that we actually put the two singles out. You know, and the two singles were "Love Is a Highway"
Okay.
and this one, "All Night Long Blues." And I did "Love Is a Highway" on the last
On the last show.
show, so I'm trying not to repeat myself.
Okay.
You know,
That was,
So,
I get a Purple Heart for that. This mustache hair came out with the harmonica.
oh, ow. Did it make your eyes tear a little bit?
Just a tiny bit.
it's an occupational hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
He got
I
very
always-
emotional over that song.
And I always get my beard tangled up in my accordion too. It gets all like into
Oh,
yeah, it's good. Pull it up.
Harp always intrigues me. Because I never could play it, you know.
No?
Like,
Oh, jeez.
And
Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee.
I can never play
Loved them.
guitar, so we're good.
Oh
Loved
my
it.
gosh! Ages ago, when I first heard, I gave you
Yeah.
my old tapes of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
They had me from the get go.
You remember the Harmonicats, of course.
Yes.
Right? You remember
Yeah.
the Harmonicats?
sure.
Well, that's one. Again, getting back to Bob Barda, he's one of those people that you say something. Oh, do you remember?
It's a
Oh,
history book.
I know Joe, Bill, and Bob. You know,
Yeah,
he
he knows
knows
them all.
those guys. Yeah. Yeah, my father. They used to come over for dinner. You know, you can't surprise Bob with anything.
And there are so many. We're really blessed on the far east end of Long Island
Oh my God, yeah.
with musicians like yourself and yourself. And
That's just a great
there's
place
just
to be.
so much.
It's amazing.
Talent
it's
here.
It's an amazing thing, you know, that, and it's not, I mean, it's the East End, definitely. I mean, there's those large, you know, population of musicians and stuff, but all over Long Island. You know,
Yeah.
it's an interesting thing. I was talking to my buddy, he lives in Hawaii, and he's from
Long Island.
He's from Westbury, and
Yeah.
we grew up together. He was a big musical influence on me, man. He's an incredible musician. And we were talking about that. We said, you know, it's funny, it's interesting. Long Island, like, there is, if you think about it, there is kind of like a Long Island sound.
It really
Like
is.
the
No, it really
bands
is.
that come from
Yeah.
Long Island.
Yeah, they're
you
not
know,
like bands from the Midwest or someplace. No, they're different.
It's
totally
very
different.
different.
There's a thing.
Yeah.
There's a thing. I mean,
Absolutely.
besides the tribute, you know, the tribute bands, but even the bands that came out of Long Island, when you think about
And the
those,
individual artists also.
right,
Yeah.
like Billy Joel
Yes.
and Twisted Sister, the Good Rats.
Oh, you remember
There's so
remember their
many.
posters
Now-
used to be all over the telephone poles in Hampton Bays and
Oh, my
places like
God,
that.
yes.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was the neat,
All
to look
those
back
bands
on
are-
that, like, oh, these are big bands now, but back then they were playing at the beach bar and stuff like that.
At
you
the
know.
beach bars, at
It was so cool.
Neptune's,
Yeah,
at
Neptune's.
Audubon, at
Yeah.
Marrakesh, at
Right.
Audubon,
Scarlett's.
Yep.
Oh, the days. But the Audubon is reopening.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
different name. And
What are they gonna call
the
it, you
new
know?
owner, something barn, it's something with Bruin Barn or something
Somebody was just
like
telling me
that.
that, and I forget what he
I
said
saw
the guy's
it
name
on
is. They said he's
Channel
a
12
really
the
good
other
guy.
night, and
Really good guy.
The
He's
new
gonna try to do
owner
something nice.
is going to, from what I hear, try to keep the same soul going with it.
Right.
You know, being a
Wow.
part of the community and giving
Right.
back to the community.
Right.
Not
That's a
necessarily,
good thing
not
to do.
necessarily the beer getting thrown on your part.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
A very long time. I used to teach country western there during events.
Oh, cool.
And Terry Vale, if you're out there, Terry, hi.
Terry.
Terry Vale used to be my dance partner for
Uh-huh.
a good while, and I used to teach in adult education, line dancing. And we were doing something in the Hampton Bays High School over Halloween one year. And Terry Vale is very much like you, Linz. He
Right.
has a wicked sense of humor, and he's a trickster. And
I don't
what
like
he
him
did,
already.
I don't like it.
so we did classes because I was very blessed to have a lot of students, and we did our classes in the what I would call the gym. They had some other weird gymfatorium or something because it was a lunchroom and a
Gymnasium.
yeah, some whatever
Right,
the
gymnasium.
combination of words, and he filled the room with hay bales.
Is that right?
Yeah, Mr. Smarty Pants filled it with hay bales, but he was a darling friend, really good dance partner. And all the women would say, "Oh my God, yes, he's a married man. He's my good buddy."
he is my
But they would
dancing
like
partner.
throw themselves at him.
Yeah.
You know, blonde, rugged, real Montana kind of guy.
Good thing you were there for a blocker, huh?
Oh my God, they were really funny. You and Terry? No, not me and Terry. Me, Terry,
Yeah.
dance partners, friends,
Yeah.
solid. That's it. Just funny. You remember the funny things. And at the Audubon, if you were dancing, usually your feet stuck to the floor from the beer from the night before.
Right, yeah. It was,
So
yeah.
you really didn't slip and fall.
Right,
You
right.
got stuck and you fell.
Yeah.
You never did a slide.
But your shoes stayed there.
Yeah, your shoes stayed and you just went.
You know, the previous owner was a good guy. Like, he was so
Yes.
civic-minded. I mean, anytime anybody needed to have a fundraiser or something, use my place, you know?
Right there.
And it was
Right.
his utility. So he didn't want to be reimbursed for anything.
No.
It's great. When Joey DiBenedetto, when he was
Yeah.
in bad shape, a friend of
Kind of
you
like
remember
out
Joey?
here at the Talk House. They do that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
very
exactly.
much.
They definitely, are
Yeah.
right there for anybody that needs them.
We put a fundraiser together for Joey because he had contracted ALS. And for that one fundraiser, after the previous owner had let us have the Audubon for the day, we had like 5 different bands, and we raised enough money to buy Joey a wheelchair van,
Wow.
a handicap.
Yeah.
Just from that one event, And it wouldn't have been possible if he didn't let us
If he
use that
didn't do
place,
it.
because we needed that amount of
Yeah.
room. 'Cause we had a lot.
And there are
Between just the
others-
bands, the place was crowded, but then we wanted other people too, of course.
And sadly, then you have other business owners that go out of their way to charge you top dollar, and then when the summer people are coming, they up the prices a couple of weeks before Memorial Day.
Well, of course they do, because that's a.
And they forget about, the locals carry you through for the whole year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so look at what
Right.
you're doing to the locals,
Yeah. I got a quick
But
one for you.
it's-
I played, my band I was with played years ago at Orange County Choppers up in, was it Saugerties, or wherever that is.
Okay.
And, the TV show Orange
It's a
County
TV show,
Choppers.
right?
Yeah.
Orange
Yeah.
County
Yeah.
Choppers.
Well,
yeah.
Paul Tuttle's very, senior. He's very, he's also a very civic-minded guy. But he was having a benefit for children's diabetes, I think, and that's what we were playing. So we told him, yeah, we got asked if we'd play. We said, sure, we'll play for free. And we went all the way up there to play for free.
Was that when you had your motorcycle?
Yeah. And my gripe was, kind of like there's the other flip side of the coin, like you just pointed out.
Yeah.
But then there's some people. We couldn't get a free beer or a bottle of water. After
What?
driving all the way up there. Yeah,
you
yeah.
kidding?
They had a little beer garden there, right? And number one, I said, hey, what kind of beer you got? And they said, Bud and Bud Light. I said, no, I asked you, what kind of beer do you have? And they said,
That
Bud and
was
Bud
it?
Light. I said, okay. Well, I guess I'll have a Bud Light. And she goes, okay, $7. I said, well, with the band, we came from Eastern Long Island.
And it's
She
10.
goes, $7. I said, well, I'll tell you what, how about just a bottle of water? She says, okay, $3. I'm like, no, you don't understand. And then, in order to just, I just figured, well, I'd go and shake hands with the guy because I could say, yeah, I shook hands with that guy once. Well, it's going to cost me $50 to go to the other side of that velvet rope to go shake his hand. Decided I wasn't big a fan to shake his hand. So there are, I've heard really good stories about the guy. That was my personal thing, But
And there's really no reason for that. It's
Nah,
almost unfathomable.
yeah.
Because I know at
and you know-
places out here, the band gets to drink soda or their wine or their beer.
When I book a band,
And
if
they
it's a
eat-
rest-rant
and
bar
they eat
situation,
dinner.
they get
They
dinner.
get a meal.
and they get
You can
their-
have your
and they
dinner
get their
at your
beer.
break,
They get their
or you
bar
take
within
it
reason,
home.
of course.
Right.
Nobody's getting trashed, but,
Right.
Right. You
if it's time to cut them off, cut them off. But that's only right.
Right.
Musicians, it looks like they're just having fun, and they are, but it's not easy fun sometimes.
No.
You
No, you have to
you're
pay
pretty drained at the
attention.
end of
You're
the gig
working.
Lots of times, right? Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I get
it doesn't.
energized. For me, it's
Yeah.
like, that's one thing good. Like, for me, like after a gig, I feel pretty energized. If I have a long ride home, I'm doing okay because I don't feel like,
Right,
I'm tired. I was like, that was a good gig. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, the majority of my playing with harmonica is kind of like my
Right.
phone calls, a lot of heavy breathing.
Well, that's
So I build up a lot of sweat. Maybe
I wonder
that's-
how many
that's-
heads that just
that's
flew
like-
over.
That's
I'm
like
not sure.
hyperventilating. I guess probably a little bit more
Yeah,
physical.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like a sax player
Yeah.
or something like that.
There's a lot of
sax
One of my grandsons is a sax player, and he's taking all kinds of awards, so
Nice.
keep your eye out
Oh,
there
is that
for
right?
him.
All kinds of awards, huh?
Jack. Beyond NISMA, he's already performing
Yeah,
out in
yeah, yeah.
California.
Oh, that's cool.
Great.
What does he play? Do you know?
No, I'll find out and I'll tell you.
We had the pleasure once of going in to see a friend of ours' son from out here perform with his violin at Carnegie Hall. Wow. That was amazing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Bowen family out of Jamesport. Man, oh man, that was the
I
neatest
love
thing.
violin.
Yeah, it was the
I
neatest
just
thing. The
love
kid-
violin.
And they're a nice bunch, but this kid especially is such a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to on our record that's coming out. There's
His violin.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
is Jason Crosby.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know he is.
He played on it. No,
Great.
He's
Yeah.
he's great. I mean,
Yeah.
He's,
He can
he's
probably
another
play,
Long Island
Yeah,
guy.
he's just-
oh, he can
so
play any
much-
style,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
he
he's
breathes
incredible.
he breathes through the violin. Yeah.
All right, so we have less
9
than 10
minutes.
minutes left.
So, are you kidding?
Yeah.
We blew through a
Yeah,
50
so hit
minutes
me with
already?
something, honey.
Okay, got a 10-minute thing?
Musically. Musically. I don't want to put that energy out there.
All right. We have. Let's see. All right. Let's.
Surprise me.
Huh?
Surprise me.
Surprise.
Let me think here for a second.
Think away, honey.
Okay. I'm an A.
I'm indeed.
I'm staying out of this.
Oh, like this.
Yeah.
In the blink of an eye, everything changed. Never saw it coming, couldn't get out of the way. I took the hit, nothing to lose. What's going to be is going to be. I can't stop this blood from coming. Stop the world from spinning round. But I got enough sense to know, honey, it's time to go. It's time to go. Yeah, I got enough sense to know, honey, it's time to go. It's time to go. Yeah, I got enough sense to know it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go.
You can fade easier than I can.
That was so neat.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Thank you.
Klyph's fun.
Klyph,
That's
did
all
you
there is
grow
to it.
up
That's
out
all there
here?
is to it.
I grew up in Westbury.
Okay.
You
You're,
know.
you're where they had sidewalks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suburbs.
Yeah.
You know.
So how old were you when you came out here?
Well, to live out here, to permanently live out
Yeah.
here, let's call it that, 2006.
Okay.
You know, but my mom was out here since 1965.
Okay.
You know, but she was back and forth from Westbury. You know,
Yeah, but
until
you fell in love with it
1970.
out here.
Yeah.
Oh, they summer out here and then,
Huh?
they summer out here and then, or something like that? Or
Well, she
originally?
when she bought the house in '65.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, at that point, you know, I'd come out here in the summertime,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, until till like high school, you know, and then after high school, I still lived in Westbury. And
Yeah.
ended up leaving Westbury. My mom moved out there, and I kind of drifted around. So
Yeah.
wherever I could
Drifting
go.
around is a good thing. It's how you get experience in life.
You get a lot of
Yeah.
flavor that way.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Flavor.
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 Yes. Okay. So I
But,
know there's another song.
What, should we do that thing?
That,
It's pretty
yeah,
funny.
but before we do that, I just
Lead up.
want to let people know, because I don't usually talk about myself or stuff I'm doing, but I want to
Oh.
let you know that there's a monthly Reiki circle at the Long Island Buddhist Meditation Center. You could check my page on Facebook. It's called Sunday Reiki with Phoenix and Friends, and it's at the Long Island Buddhist Meditation Center, Sound Avenue in Riverhead. It's non-denominational. There's nothing religious about it. Reiki is an amazing modality.
It's adjacent to the end
To
of
Church
Church
Lane.
Lane, very end
Yes,
of Church Lane.
Church Lane,
Out in Sound
yeah.
Avenue.
Very easy to find, very easy parking, and check the Sunday Reiki page, and you'll get all the information. The next one, I'm not going to give a date because we don't know how long the
Right,
show gets. So,
right, sure.
yeah, it's at least once a month there, and then there's going to be another Reiki circle starting up in a medical center in Montauk,
nice.
Mental Health and Well-Being.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know
So
that.
at Kate Martin's office.
Right, right,
So
right,
that's going to be starting
That's
up
great.
also. So
Nice.
That's
join
great.
us.
Yeah, that's
It's
excellent.
wonderful. It's much needed. You know, Reiki
Oh,
is
yeah.
cumulative,
Especially
and
now.
the more you receive, the more you receive, the better it is.
Little positive
Right.
energies.
A little
and you get,
positive
and you get,
energy.
and you get it benefit from it too, right?
Oh,
That's
definitely.
the
Yeah,
way it
because
works.
I'm
Yeah.
channeling it. So what the client is pulling
Right.
comes through me first, which is
Yeah.
delicious. I love it.
Well,
So we have
delicious.
a little over a
I
minute.
was
So
telling you,
can
my wife is a Reiki.
when she
teacher.
comes back to
said,
New
"You
York,
gotta
I'd love
meet."
to
I
meet her.
told
I
her
would
that.
love to
I
meet
called
her.
her up this morning because she's in California. You know, she, 3 hours earlier.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
call her up and say, I gotta go. Because usually she calls around that time,
Yeah.
and I was like, I gotta go. I'm doing this thing at LTV, and I said, you gotta meet. I said, you
I
guys
would
gotta
love
meet.
to meet her.
Maybe
too.
we could do this show and she could be doing Reiki on you and me while we're playing.
I like that.
We could do that. And we could do another show. He could be playing on one side of you, and I'll be candling your ears on the other. We could do
Nice.
some very bizarre shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a little over a minute. Can that other song take us out? Can it go over a minute?
1, 2, 3. Oh,
All right.
I'm in.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm in F. So
Okay.
B flat harp. Oh, wait, we went through this before. didn't
Yeah,
we?
we-
All right, wait a
This
minute.
is
So
a
we just
rerun.
gotta
I
move it
said
up.
the show's
That's all
called
we gotta-
Encore, right?
We gotta move it up to.
The
You got the
magic-
B harp,
The
right?
magic capo, yeah.
You got the B harp.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
Oh,
you all
way
for
better.
watching the show and supporting the show. And thank you, Lindsey and Klyph, for coming back out again.
Go on.
Thank you. I love it.
and I'm down to seeds and stems again too.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I
kind of a
got
sad song.
down to
Yes.
seeds and stems again blue.
Perfect timing.
Short but sad.
Thank you all so much for joining us and on Encore.
Yeah.